Hi, my name is Jonas. This is Sublime Media, and on this channel I talk about records and record-related stuff. Like today, when I'm going to talk about the Atlantic 75 series. Yes, oh yes, this popular series that we are in the middle of enjoying right now. And I want to dip my toe in this. I've done it before. You can go back and watch that video, but I've got some new titles and I wanted to talk about them, show you my entire sort of collection, and also look a little bit ahead, like which titles am I looking forward to, which ones am I a little bit hesitant on getting, and which ones will I stay the hell away from. So yeah, but give this a thumbs up, subscribe if you think what I say is cool, and is there anything? Yeah, the bell thingy, yeah. And also I have a shop called sublimemedia.se. So you can go there and buy stuff. It's mainly for the Swedish sort of viewers on here, but if you find something you like, just PM me, because I send to anywhere in the world. I have a Discogs shop also, so I've been doing this for like 20 years. It's no problem at all. So all of these that I'm going to talk about are in print and I can get them, so even if they're not on the page, just PM me and we'll get you sorted, okay? So now, intro thingy. So a fairly new audiophile label, and I feel a little bit out of my comfort zone when it comes to talking about audiophile material. I have a great system and I have some records, but there are so many people out there in YouTube land that talks about this, and they are doing a great job. So I wanted to talk about this because I want you guys to know which title I got, which ones I'm really looking forward to, and which ones I don't want at all for different reasons. So I think I have something to contribute with. The 13th of September, I think, 2023, Shad Chasm from Analogue Productions went on YouTube and announced that he was collaborating with Atlantic, the record label, and releasing 75 of some of the best titles that was, I think, handpicked by Shad actually, putting out on 45 RPM, cut from the analog master tapes by some of the best mastering engineers out there living today. So like, when it comes to these Atlantic releases, these are the best. Like, this is going to be the best sounding that they will ever sound on the best pressed record, or with the best jackets around. You know, this is the end game. Like this is the end game. And if you have listened to reviews and stuff like that, you know that everyone is hailing this series. I haven't heard anything negative about any release that has come out up to this date. But as all things with an audiophile stamp on it, they come with a premium price. So for the 2 LP sets, Stoughton jacket, you know, 45 RPM, all that good jazz, you have it on $60 to $65 in the States. But if you go to Europe and buy them instead, or the UK, you have to shell out about $100 for one of the ordinary releases, which is just like, but it's important, you know. So, but it's premium. Like, these are premium releases and they come with a premium price. So obviously I'm not gonna get everyone. I would love to have every single release. They are great music, sounds great, you know. So if Shad wants to send, I have space here, so if you want to send me records, I will gladly take them, but I won't shell out $100 for every single release. So I'm gonna start by showing you the ones that I've got. So yeah, let's start with the one that I haven't opened yet. This is Face Value Phil Collins, and I won't open this. This was the first one that was released by in this new series back in October, I think, of 2023. This is not my favorite record at all. I'll get back to why I'm not getting this, but as I said in the beginning of this video, I have a store. A customer ordered this, but I think he changed his mind, or he got it from another store or something like that. So I'm pretty much stuck with this, and I won't open it. I will sell it. But the ones that I did buy for my own collection, and that I have reviewed also on this channel, is the John Prine first release, 1971. Fantastic. This sounds like a dream. And tactic wise from Chad, it's a great record to start with, because you know, this is not a audiophile record per se, is it? Like, great recording, great songwriting, great musicians, great voice, a lot of warmth around the production, you know, but it's not a audiophile release, is it? So if he can make, or they could make this sound good, like great, which they did, imagine the rest of the catalog. So I had to get this also, but I actually waited until I could hear the first reviews, and everyone was like, this is the best sounding record in my collection. And I agree, it's one of the best sounding. This is definitely the end game when it comes to blues and roots with Mingus. And I've talked about this before, but you have a handful of musicians, and when you sit in front of your system and you put this on, it's like you're sitting there in the session. And the same goes with most of these. Like, you're sitting there in the session. If you close your eyes, you can almost touch each and every one of the players. There's a lot of detail. There's a lot of soundstage depth. You have air around every single instrument. It's, if you haven't experienced that sort of outwardly sort of experience when it comes to really hearing a good sounding record on a good sounding system, it's like, it's hard to explain. But this is it. Like, this is demo quality. When Chad announced the artists, I was most looking forward to this and another one I'm going to show you, but the Genesis catalog, because I have had, I don't know, 10, 20 different versions of Selling Inland by the Pound, and none have sounded great. Some have sounded good, but none have sounded great. And you put this on, and it's just like, again, like a dream. And this is not a very sort of known good recorded record. There's definitely rock records from this time period that sounded much better, that was recorded much better, but this is as good as it gets. This is the end game when it comes to this. And for me, Selling Inland by the Pound is a top 25 record. Like, if I could take a bag of records with me to a desert island, those were the only records that I could ever play for the rest of my life, this would be in that bag. I shit you not. And not my favorite Genesis, because we just talked about that, but still, a 4.5 out of 5 star record is Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, which is some people's favorite. A lot of people. You get more music. This is 2 LP set from the start, which makes this a 4 LP set. So they did sort of a version of it. I don't know what they call this sort of gatefold, 4-fold jacket thingy. And it's double the price, so this is more like getting a box set or something like that. But again, the music, fantastic. And the sound quality is better than it has ever been before. So the Genesis catalog, I'm super excited about continuing on with. I think the second batch that was released this was included in that. This is Dr. John's In the Right Place, which is... it's 2 LP set, again 45 RPM and all that good jazz, but it comes in a trifold thing. Music wise, I'm not the biggest Dr. John fan, not because I don't like the music, it's just because I haven't really dived into his catalog. But with this, I'm a full-blown fanboy now. And I'm really looking forward to the other releases. I have a first US press of Gumbo, which sounds great. I had a first US press of Grigri, which I sold because I didn't understand the music. So that's also going to be awesome to get, but more about that later. One of the latest releases that I got, and that I think is released, is this one. This is Crosby, Stills and Nash, the Couch record. Again, 2 LPs. Stoughton jacket, and in this case I think there is another 5 on the price tag, so 65 instead of 60, because of they did a structured sleeve trying to mimic the first press, so they did a hell of a good job on doing that. again, music-wise. And a lot of people said that the vocals wasn't recorded that good. If I didn't hear that, if I'd never read about that, I would have never guessed that this was a bad recorded record. It sounds great. The voices are smooth, clear, a lot of air again around the music, instruments and voices. So this will never sound better. I don't think, anyway, that this will ever sound better. And it's one of the best rock records ever released, in my opinion. And before we go into me watching a little bit ahead, peeking into the crystal ball of releases, the last two that I've actually bought and played is these two. This is John Coltrane's My Favorite Things. Maybe not my favorite John Coltrane record, but I mean, it's hard not to like this record, right? Like, My Favorite Things, that song. Ah, shit. If there's one song that I often like notice that I go humming about, just going in the kitchen and stuff like that, it's My Favorite Thing. Great one. Great one. And my favorite John Coltrane record of all time. This is Giant Steps. I think that this is the best, for me, the best record that John Coltrane ever recorded. No one can mimic his playing on the title track. And just like the Mingus Blues and Roots, there's so much, like, these are so well recorded. There's so much air, there's so much stage and depth in the soundstage. It's just like sitting in there. If you close your eyes, you can almost see where John Coltrane is standing. Just a dream come true, really. For me, this is one of my favorite jazz records of all time, and this will never sound as good as it does right now. So, a wet dream for audiophiles, and needless to say, I recommend all of these, except for the Phil Collins, don't buy it. But I recommend all of these. To me, these are the ones that I thought was worth that premium price of getting. So let's get into the stuff that let's get into the stuff that I'm super excited about that will come up. I have, if I could only remember my name, coming in and I thought that I would have it today, but so I could talk about it, but it's coming in the mail. I'm really looking forward to that. Great reviews, as all of these have had in this series. So looking forward to that. One of my favorite records, again, of all time. And the one that I'm looking most forward to is probably Deja Vu, that they are going to do. I think it's more around Christmas time or something like that they will release it. If you know, there's a textured sleeve, kind of leathery thing. So they, I guess they're trying to mimic that with a paste-on photo on the front cover. Not a bad song on that one. The culmination of Crosby, Stills and Nash and Young, and it only gets beaten by some of the solo stuff, in my opinion. Like, If I Could Only Remember My Name, and maybe like one or two Neil Young records. The Stephen Stills first solo record was also awesome, but yeah, it's up there with the best records. Dr. John's, Gumbo and Gree, as I said before, I'm really looking forward to. I'm going to buy those, and Foxtrot and Nursery Crime also from the Genesis catalog. I won't get From Genesis to Revelation, the first one, or the second one really, but because I have the first one, sorry, because I have a first UK press of that in great quality, sounds like a dream, so I won't get that. Not because I don't want it. Again, it's that $100 bill that is a little bit like a turn off when it comes to the entire sort of catalog, and everything past the Gabriel era I will skip because it's not my cup of tea. Stuff that I'm a little bit on the fence on, and it's just the premium price. Otherwise I would buy it in an instant. If it was €60, I would buy it. If it was €50-60, I would buy it in an instant. So all you US guys, I don't judge you if you get every single release of it. But here in Europe, paying that $100 bill for it, 40 more than you guys pay over there, it's I mean, So Otis Redding, I'm not a soul guy. I have some Otis Redding records. I would love to have them this premium, but I'm a little bit hesitant on that. The other Coltrane releases like Blues, Sound, Jazz, and the Milt Jackson record, don't think so. Like the Milt Jackson, I don't think I'll get. The other ones, I'm a little bit on the fence on. Maybe I get it. I don't know. And the same goes with the Mingus releases. I have other pressings of the Erectus record and Clown. Sounds good. Maybe I'll get them. I'm a little bit on the fence. And also Buffalo Springfield. 2 records. I have first pressings in good quality. They sound good. Should I buy them for $100 each? I don't listen to them that often. Like, maybe. I'm a little bit on the fence when it comes to those releases. And the titles that I won't go near is the Phil Collins catalog. I won't do it. Like this I will never tear this open and play it, because it's just not my thing. It's too much polished. And sure, In the Air Tonight is a good song, but is it worth $100? No, to me it's not. And these are the only releases that actually will go out of print in a matter of time, like soon, because they don't have the license to put them out forever. So I guess that if you're into Phil Collins, get him. But I will never recommend anyone getting a Phil Collins record. I've had like 10, 15, 20 of that Phil Collins record, and I've never paid more than €1 each for them, and they sound great, but it's just like, so I've given them away and sold them for €2, and I won't pay $100 for something I can buy for €1, and today maybe it's a €10 record. I have no idea. I will never buy it. So that's just my 2 cents of that. The same goes with later Genesis. It's not my thing. I won't get it. And later Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, same goes with that. I think that the song quality, it wasn't on par with what they were doing or had done solo wise. I have it, but I won't pay the $100 sort of price tag for them. And last but not least, when it comes to the stuff that I'm going to avoid, is the Yes catalog. It's just too pompous of prog for me. I'm a prog guy. I'm a psych and prog guy. I'm the prog and psych guy, and I can't stand Yes. It's just like I listen to 20 minutes and then I need 6 months until I can play the B-side. It's like it's too pompous. So maybe I'm a little bit hesitant, maybe getting close to the edge, but no, I don't think so. But a lot of people are really excited about these records, and I mean, just go for it. If I was a Yes fan, it would be a no-brainer. Just like the Genesis catalog, they will sound great. And there are a lot of titles I didn't mention, like Bad Company, Foreigner, Ray Charles, Dusty Springfield. That is just like, I don't even need to talk about them, because it's definitely something that I will never get them. Not for that price, when it comes to the premium price that you have to pay. Again, I would love to have them all, but it's too much money for me. So I have to nitpick the ones that I actually get. So yeah, that's it. That's my small video about the series and my thoughts about it. Now it's your turn. I've plowed down like an hour of my life doing this video. So now it's your turn. You have to give something back, and that is comment on this video. I need you to comment on the artists, this series, what you think of the premium price, the price in US compared to UK and the European prices. Also, the titles. Do you agree with the 75 titles? Are there other artists on the Atlantic series that you would rather see? And the musicians in general, like, just talk to me, people. Like, talk to me. Come on. Put every single one that watches this. I'm keeping count. Like, do your work now. Put down in the comments. Give me comments. Yeah, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Have a great day, everyone. Bye. So thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. I don't think that many people do that. So if you are one that hears this right now, comment down below that you watched this all the way to the end, just to see how many actually watches the videos all the way to the end. So thank you so much. A little bit of an experiment there. Bye.